Good morning. Welcome to another Living Freestyle Game Dev live stream. Wednesday morning. My name's Kevin. We do this twice a week, Sunday nights and Wednesday morning right now. Basically, we work this like office hours. Open AMA Q&A. Usually about game dev, Unreal Engine, Maya, pretty much anything that goes into that kind of stuff. Right now, we are working on so many things, probably too many things, but that's okay. And specifically, we've been working a lot on inventory and blueprints and everything like that in Unreal. I do not know everything. This is very much we get to stumble through this together. I do work in game dev professionally. Currently, right now, I work in R&D at Write Games. And even though I get to do a lot of cool stuff at work, there's so many cool things that I don't get to do at work. And as you'll see, there's so many things I don't know that I'm also trying to learn as well. It's fun to learn with you all. If there are no questions and there's no particular topic that we're going over, then I'm basically just live streaming, making my own game, which is coming along. We still don't really have a game yet, but we're getting there. So with that, let's transition to Unreal here. Let's get set up a little bit better. All right. Okay, here we go. So a lot has changed since the last time we were in. Let me bring up our chat just to make sure that we're covered and also double check that our stream is rolling. So a couple things that I've done that are not necessarily super fancy things. They're not necessarily fun things to watch, but for example, did a lot of work and we've got perforce set up now. So you'll see that if we right click an asset, we have our source control connected and we can refresh it and stuff like that. Interestingly enough, it doesn't show that I can check it out there. That's kind of weird, right? Source control. Okay, we're gonna double check that. I'm used to being able to sync and all that kind of stuff right here. Let's make sure we're connected. Looks like we're connected. Content. This is all of our UIs. All right, that's cool. So let's just take a brief second and talk about why I went through setting up perforce. There's a couple reasons. One, perforce is almost free now. One of the reasons that I had not set it up previously was that it cost a chunk of money. When I did the looking into it, it wasn't worth it. And so I was able to maintain backups using some other backup tools and things like that. So that was one thing. So their new thing, if you have small teams, less than 5 people and 20, I believe it's 5 people in 20 projects or something like that, that part of it's free. The part that's not totally free, depending on how you do it, is you still have to host it somewhere. And so we've created an Amazon instance to host it, which I set it up on a micro, which theoretically should be under $100 a year, which I'm hoping that's the case, although I immediately had to increase our disk volume, so I'm gonna have to check to see what that costs now. So that's one big reason why we set it up. The other one is, even though I had backups and stuff before, inevitably I always seem to go into these blueprints, make a change, and then forget what I did and have no history of it. I have history in the sense that I do have backups through our Dropbox business account, but not through like the typical version control tracking and so on. And finally, one of the tools that I love about Dropbox in here, and this is something that we can show you, is if we go into our graph editor here, for example, And let's just say we do this. Let's comment this. And this is going to set up, what's our comment going to be here? We're going to this is going to broadcast failure. Okay. And maybe we can make this more reddish. Okay, if we save this, the asset failed to save. Okay, we may be doing something different today. Like I said, I thought it looked weird that. Oh, here we go. Now we have checked out. What is this? All right, basically I'm getting a failed to save message, and it's because it's not actually connected. Maybe that's why I had the wrong workspace. What is the name of our workspace? It is K Freeman Dev Main. Let's see here. All one word? Yes. This should be accept. Does not like that. It says our session has expired. So let's try this. Let's try restarting Unreal. We're not going to save that because we're going to redo this. Let's refresh this. Make sure that we can check out a file. We can. We'll revert that. It's cool. We'll relaunch Unreal. Maybe it just didn't have the connection to source control when it started. Always at 83% compiling shaders fun. Alright, well that's loading. In addition to perforce, a couple of the other things we've been working on is setting up some game lift stuff in the cloud. So I've been walking through all of these tutorials for game lift and everything like that, trying to figure out how to set up our front-end client, a whole bunch of stuff like that. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see if we have our source control is off. Connect, perforce, K Freeman accept, dev main accept. Username. What's our username over here? Connection. Switch to workspace. Oh wait. We do have 2 workspaces. So how did we end up with 2 workspaces? Oh, okay. I know what the problem is. Alright, we're gonna have to relaunch. Okay, in the fun of trying to set up perforce, I can show you in our game dev folder. Basically, I had the library starter game. I was fighting that a lot. And so I decided to switch it up and go with a more standard approach to like kind of perforce directory structure. And so I set up a new one down here. Now this particular perforce we're gonna kill. Task manager. And we're going to close. I haven't even tried this yet. And actually this is gonna be a cool little experiment in the sense that it's a whole lot of back-end stuff. Alright, so let's kill this. That's why we couldn't check anything out. Alright, and we're going to open a project or solution. And the problem is our new solution is now located somewhere else. I have not tried to do this by just copying the whole project before. Let's see if this thing will even run. Okay. I mean, it opened. That's bueno. Alright, that's building. While that's building, let me go back to this. Oh wait, we don't even have perforce open. Let's rerun. Okay. Also, I should not be using this as root. Switch to workspace. Freeman dev name. Okay. And if I look at our depot, interesting. It looks like I'm not even sure what that other workspace is. Okay, let's make sure this is opening the right stuff. If I go to content in our workspace and we take a look at this dude, if we right click, we can do show in Explorer. That takes me to the P4 one. Okay, so these should now be in sync. Our build is running. Hopefully that's going to succeed, but it also is starting from scratch, it looks like, so that's going to take a while. So while that's going, I'll kind of go back to some of the other things that we've been working on. So I've been working through all of this game lift stuff, and basically I'm at the point where I was trying to generate player tokens and things like that. So this is going to hopefully help us figure out our backend, because remember the goal here, or the hope here, is that we'll be able to play with all of you, and you know, maybe you all can even help us with playtests and things like that. So that's kind of the plan for Game Lift. In addition to that, I was also working through, let's see, there's P4, Game Lift, Oh yes. So we're gonna need some kind of persistence layer. We talked a little bit about this last time, and what that is it is the ability for all of your gameplay to kind of be saved, recorded, etc. And so I've been looking into different database connections, ways for us to store our save games. So normally when you store your save game, it'll save it. You can set it up just to save it locally on disk. However, because of some of the things that I want to do with this game, I believe that I need to try to prevent tampering with the save game, because hopefully there's going to be a little bit of friendly competition with this game. You know, it's going to be you versus other players, or your team versus other teams, in sort of a race type thing. And I think because we're hoping to also have some fun prizes and things like that, we need to be able to kind of maintain the integrity of the system. And so I think we're going to have our persistence layer exist off of the user's local machine. So a lot of this stuff is going to have to be server driven. I think we're even potentially going to have to get to a point where we can kind of play a run just to verify that everything's on the up and up. I don't know a whole lot about preventing player shenanigans, if you will, and I'm hoping that we don't get a lot of player shenanigans. But we'll have to take a look at that as that comes up. This build is killing us. It's going quite slow. I think maybe what I can do while that's happening is we can kind of see if we can get this lumberyard game going. So right now, so much context switching. It's okay. Let's see here. Downloads. GameLift multiplayer sample client. This is the one. GameLift sample client. All right. And for release. Multiplayer launcher. What is these instructions? Download sample game content. Then for release multiplayer launcher. Okay, let's see what happens. Lumberyard. Doing something. Somebody generate a unique player session token using the token generator and add it to the login screen. Token must be used to log in within 1 minute. Thing that I'm not sure on. Okay, connect to sample server. I can't move this over. It's unfortunate. This just says connect to sample server. But I can't generate a token either. Your fleet has expired. Engage fleet. $40 minutes. Holy goodness, man. It's gonna take 40 minutes to engage a fleet. Maybe it won't take 40 minutes because it was just re-engaging. I think I've read somewhere the way that the GameLift works is after 4 hours with no player activity, the sample fleet is scaled down to 0 capacity and can no longer host game sessions. After 6 months with no activity, it's terminated. Interesting. That's cool. I mean, they do that to save you money, obviously, which is nice. %. 0 succeeded. Well, that's a bummer. Let's see here. What's the problem? Fatal error. Cannot open file. What do you want to bet that this file is somehow part of perforce? We can't write to it. Let's see. Or it may not even exist. Let's just see. Plugins. Pocket Worlds. Oh wait, I don't want to do this here. I want to do this in perforce. Pocket Worlds. Yeah. Tag damn it. Oh, okay. So let's just, we're gonna have to fix this, but for speed, I'm gonna do that. Where else do we have to worry about this? Basically, I didn't get the binaries for all of these things in the excludes, so these all got checked in. Where else do we have binary folders? All of our plugins are failing because oh wow. Sometimes this stuff happens. Sometimes we just gotta figure this all out. And we just spend a bunch of time doing a whole lot of extra background work, which is why I'm constantly multitasking this stuff. It seems like I'm context switching. You're like, how in the heck do you even focus? And it's because now that I kick this off, I have time to wait. What am I gonna do? Just sit here? Fatal error, plugins, game features, shooter core, binaries, missing one. We're gonna sit here and watch this thing cook. That'll take forever. So while that's cooking, or while it's doing its thing, I go off and do something else, like learn about game lift, or whatever else. Okay, was it only shooter core? Wait, the intermediates are also checked in? That was the Lyra external tool. Where is it? Lyra external tool, intermediate build, when... No, they're not plugged in. Those were ignored. No, I don't want to run the last. Okay, we might be getting closer. Game features, top-down arena. Game features. Top-down arena has a binaries folder. Excellent. Alright, let's see if we got it now. No, we're not running our old one. Yes, we're running this thing. Yeehaw! Okay, so also what we need to do as a result of this while we're here, let's set up this p4 ignore.txt file and add in binaries as an ignore, because obviously we don't want those. And then this is the part that's going to be scary. What I'll have to do, I'm not going to do this now just for the sake of time, because of the fun. What I have to do is I have to remove these from source control, and when I do that, it's actually going to delete them on disk, which should be fine because they should just get regenerated, but it's a little bit of a freaky step. And so I always copy over all of my stuff. I save it off, which is why I have 2 folders of this stuff now. But I save it off to another area and go again. I'm actually trying to remember why I decided to put all of this stuff in this P4 folder as opposed to keeping and working in the game dev one. I think I must have been fighting something, because I originally set up the perforce server and then blew away the depot. I obliterated the depot, which is also freaky to do, and then started again. But I think at this point we're kind of committed to this new location. Alright, but I think the game's launching. What's happening here? Wait. Our feed expired again? Something's going on with the game live stuff. I don't know if this interface is working. Try our new console. Let's see what that looks like. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go back. Go back again. Oh, is it not gonna let me go back? No, now I can't get back to that. What? That was awesome. Use the old console. Lumberyard. Sample. It says ready. View the dashboard. Hold on, how do I get back to this Lumberyard page that I was on? So many things in flight. Okay, so we're going back here. Let's go back to what we were originally trying to do today. All right, let's reset up our screens. Not that one. Unreal. Okay. All right, so we're back to Unreal. We have source control. Kframe and dev main, accept settings. Okay. What is the name of this workspace? Kframe and dev main. Graph. See. Save. There we go. Okay. So now, okay, finally. Now, after, oh yeah, 30 minutes, we can finally talk about, we can pick up our thoughts where we were left off. Okay. So let me go ahead and do this. All right, recap where we were before we were in perforce setup. I was going through a bunch of the reasons why I was setting up perforce. One of them being, you know, that I was just you know, trying to get back to it and the ease at which I can get back to any kind of changes or the things that I mess up, especially because we're literally stumbling through this stuff. So we're going to break a bunch of things and I want to be able to get back to it. And I was just about to show you one of the cool tools that I like about using perforce with this stuff. So if we click on this comment, we make this a little more la-di-da-di-da. And this is just, we're just making this up. Failure messaging. Okay, and then I move this up here. And then maybe I drag, let's do this. Let's add a print string over here. Okay, hello, save this. All right, now, one of the things that I like about perforce is, you'll notice now there's a checkbox here, so, or a check mark. That means it's checked out. I have not checked it in. I'm not going to check it in, but what I can do if I come up here to tools, file. They moved it. Where is it? I'm looking for the tool that lets me diff my blueprints right in Unreal. Here it is. They moved it to the shelf, or to the command line. So if I click this diff with the depot, what this is going to do is it's going to launch a diff tool. So all those times where we were all working together and we were trying to change something, and we were like, wait, what did we change? Or we fell asleep and we came back to it and we couldn't see, this diff tool is great. So it'll show you if we had added a variable or something like that, it'll show you like the differences and stuff. So you'll be able to see those right here, right away. The other thing that this does is, even in our blueprints, in our event graphs, if we click on this, it's a live diff of the differences between the blueprints, and it will show you. So I can, as I'm scrolling over here, I can see, oh look, I added this failure messaging comment, and I can kind of just scroll around my blueprint and see, oh look, this print string, the print string was added as part of the diff. So that is, that's a pretty cool tool for figuring out like where something went wrong or where I changed, especially when I come back to something that maybe I was working on for a long time and stuff like that. So I'm a huge fan of that visual diff tool. We don't need this print string, and we sure, we can keep this error messaging thing. That's fine. All right. Interesting. Why aren't these part of this comment? They're clearly in here. That is some kind of funky. I do not understand it. Okay. Compile and save. That's fine. Alright. So what are we going to work on today, now that we've finished half an hour of shenanigans? I was thinking, if you recall where we left off before, we were dropping and picking up items and things like that. There's a couple things that we still need to be able to do. By the way, just copying our source tree and dumping it somewhere else seems to work. So if we kill this dude, drops his gun, we can't pick it up because we don't have any room to pick up any more stuff. When we walk over, it doesn't tell us that. It would be nice if it told us that. If we reload, now we can pick up this dude's extra bullets. So we should probably get that to work. All right, so that's one thing we can do just for clarity for the players. If we look at our inventory, we have 3 plasma items and a shotgun. All right, we can pick up a pistol and a rifle. And we can switch between them and all that stuff now. That's great. So there's a couple things, oh, and we can drop stuff, which is cool. All that stuff is working now. A couple things that we can't do. If I pick up this health pack, I don't know that I can use it. So if I go over here, oh, this poor dude's out of ammo. Yes. Alright. There we go. Let's go get shot. Alright, I do not believe that I can use this health pack. Oh, I can. If I left click, I use it. It's kind of weird though. If I left click? Oh, I used it up already. So if I throw it away and I pick it up, there's nothing there. Okay, but if I go pick this one up, whoa. Already equipped. Ooh, we got a problem with our health packs. We're gonna have to figure that out. Spare ammo full. In our inventory. It's not already picked up. We already have one, but we can't pick it up. Okay, so this is kind of what I was thinking was gonna happen. There's a couple bits about this. Let's see what happens in our weapon spawner. This weapon spawner is, oh, it's picking up a weapon data heal. And this is a big heal. And when we look at this dude, that's our static mesh. Here's our item definition for the heal. Now our item definition for the heal should not have the tag that it's a weapon. And as a result, it's kind of weird that it even has magazine sizes and spare ammos and all that stuff. Let's go back here. See this, because this is an item. If we go back and we look at our shotgun item definition, this one should have a weapon. It does. Okay. It's interesting, they're using all this magazine size and ammo and spare ammo stuff for this. Oh, it's kind of weird. Kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie, it's weird. Alright, let's see what happens when we walk over this. We edit this blueprint. Because I think we're going to have to change this. In its phase. Put a breakpoint there. And then look, even the skeletal mesh for it is set wrong for the heal pickup. What? That's the weapon identifier, that's fine. Man, this just looks like it was just packed on here as part of this. Brush. Even the brush is weird. Is there a heal? Or a cross? How about a plus? If any of these things? I think I'd rather use the plus. Okay. Goku! How are you doing this morning? You missed half an hour of messing with perforce, dude. Alright, alright, so if we play now. Alright, if we get shot a couple times, so we definitely could use a heal. When we walk over this, we hit our breakpoint. We're going to... We're checking to see if we have slots in our quick bar. That's pretty standard. Checking our inventory manager, it's valid. Do we have an existing instance of this weapon? Is it valid? Yes. Weapon can be added as a new pickup. Check the bar. Alright, so cool. It's gonna do that. Get the next free slot. We do have a free slot. And we're going to do weapon pickup. Okay. Then we're gonna add the item definition to our inventory. Interesting, it gives us a stack count of 1. It doesn't even take into account the stack count that's in the pickup. It seems kind of wrong. We're adding it to the slot. Does it have a reload? Set active and continue. Okay, so this item is now our active item. Oh, look at that ghosting that's happening. Alright, if I left click, it's going to use this. I want to walk through how that works. So up here in our items, in our heal pickup. Oh, what gameplay ability does this thing give us? What's the appearance? These are the fragments. I wonder if it's in the item definition for the heal. Which lives where? Weapon item definition. Heal pickup. Okay, so this gives us an ability set for the heal pickup. And there's an actor. Alright, let's go back to the heal pickup. So this is our actor. Class defaults, replication, collisions, all that stuff. Nothing major. It's basically just the mesh, and I don't even see any events in the event graph, so this looks like it's just there for that. So let's take a look at this ability set. Heal pickup. Goku, we're trying to figure out how to get our other items to work in addition to our weapons and our inventory. I don't know if you've been here since we've been doing a bunch of the inventory stuff. Ability, heal. Here's our heal set. Let's see what this does. This grants us the gameplay ability heal pickup. And let's see what that does. There we go. Let's put a breakpoint in there. Ability used by prototype heal pit works like a weapon. Heals the player to maximum instantly when used. Okay, let's go back to our game. So theoretically, I need to heal. If I click, yep, this is the ability we're activating. Alright, we're coming in here. Committing the ability. It's true. We're gonna play the montage and wait. That's the heal montage. The game effect that we're applying is the heal effect. And that is a gameplay effect, instance heal pickup. and it sets a timer by event end heal. I want to know where's end heal. Here's end heal. So what should happen is after 1 second, I should come back in here and end the heal. I didn't get my breakpoint though. Alright, so here's the thing. We're gonna do this again and see if we hit this end heal. We're trying to figure out where we need to destroy this actor. I feel like, because the problem is the heal is implemented as a weapon, right? Not as a consumable. And I guess in a weird way, weapons are kind of consumable. Okay, so click, run. It's like it's not hitting the end. It's definitely activating the ability. Set timer by event and heal. We should totally be hitting that break. Whoa, jeez, so fast. Okay, nothing selected. Okay. There we go. It does end it. Okay, so this is where we're ending this ability. I feel like if you use this kind of health pack, it should consume itself. The problem is it's implemented as a weapon, not as an item. Whereas plasma is an item. Oh goodness. Okay, so it checks to see if you have the ability here, but it doesn't actually. Here's the problem. This is the problem. When we activate this, we want this heal to work, no matter what, right? This is a gameplay ability for heal pickup. We should probably just have a gameplay ability for heal that gets called. But basically, this is for the heal pickup. Basically what happens is, when we click, it comes in here and does this thing and it heals us. The problem is, who else is using this gameplay ability? So if we do a reference viewer on this, actually there's only one person using this. Okay. Okay, so maybe what we could do is we could go into, in this end ability, we can basically, can we drop? Ooh. I think what we want to do is we want to get rid of. The problem is, geez, do we have the player? So that's playing the montage. Get owner. Can we get the owner? take a look at our drop weapon. Drop weapon. Get active index, remove item slots. Get controller from actor info. That's what we want. Okay, so if we get controller from the active info. Oh, I don't think. When we activate this ability, we're doing that by left clicking. How does that? Weapon ID shotgun. Shotgun has the ability set for the shooter shotgun. The ability set for the shooter shotgun has fire shotgun. Fire shotgun inherits from weapon fire. Weapon fire does a bunch of things. Listen for messages of when we failed to activate when we play a failed to fire montage. Okay. This is process target data once ready. Create a physics field. Alright, I guess this is safe. If we get our controller from here and we get a quick bar. Okay. And then from there we're gonna get our active slot. Yikes. Get our active slot item. Okay. What we wanna do is we wanna make sure that it is a heal pickup. Okay. Equals. Or no, we can cast it to heal. Nope. Because it's an item instance. So item instance. What can we get from this to make sure that this is a heal? We can get the class, I'm guessing. Get the class. Alright. And then what we'll do with that is we'll see if that's equal to a heal. Interesting. I believe we need to compare it to that item definition. Let's double check that. In our heal, that's heal pickup. Yeah, I think we want to compare that to ID heal pickup. Okay, so if that's true, so if all of this is true, let's control drag this dude over. Oh, undo. Then we are going to do some other stuff. It's false, we're gonna keep going because something else is going on. It's also a very curious state if it's false, but that just means that we're reusing this heal for something else, and we may want to consider re-implementing heal as consumable, not as a weapon, which we're going to get to. Maybe I thought we were going to get to today, but we had so much fun with perforce this morning. All right, so if that's true, what we want to do is there a remove item? Drop. Okay. We need to get the inventory manager. So we're going to get our inventory manager. And then we're going to, can we drop in here? Nope. Remove item instance. And I think I actually am going to do this over here for cleanliness. I'm going to remove the item instance. And the instance we're going to remove is this thing. Okay. And then if that works, we're going to end our ability. Because we need to make sure we end our abilities, otherwise the gameplay ability system just gets stuck in a state. Compile and save. Alright, so now because we have perforce, we're getting all this stuff every time. We can check out selected. Now, once again, reasons to recap why I went through the pain of installing perforce. If I now diff this with the depot, I can see the only thing I've changed in here is on the event graph. If I actually open up the event graph, I can get this side-by-side comparison, and I can quickly see a whole lot of extra stuff down here on the right that wasn't in the original. So it's going to be a lot easier for keeping track of changes for all of the reasons that I talked about before. For now, let's see if this even works. And once you get it set up, it doesn't slow you down. Basically, when I save something, I now go check it out. Ooh, almost died. Okay, we're gonna give the we know all that works. We're not gonna. Okay, now let's heal ourselves. Here we go. Okay, I definitely just healed myself, but it did not drop it. Bummer, dude. Okay, so that did not work. So something happened in our gameplay ability here. Let's see here. We're gonna print the string of what class this is. Okay, let's do this again. Coco, what are you working on this morning? That does damage. Okay. What? Oh, well, that's why. We're not dropping it because what we're doing is all we're printing is that it's a Lyra inventory instance. Yeah, but which instance? So that's gonna be false, it's just gonna go straight there. Yeah, that doesn't help us. Okay, so hold on a second. This is a Lyra inventory instance. Can I get the definition out of this? get item definition. Here we go. Oh, alright. So we have to get the item definition. And then we can do our comparison. We're not going to print the string anymore. We're not going to do this. We're not going to get the class. That obviously did not work. And what we're going to do is we're going to compare that to this. This is going to work this time. I know it. So we're not even going to put our breakpoints in, because we are already at time. But we're going to go a little bit long today because we spent so much time with perforce. I'd like to at least finish this. There we go. Got that. Alright, so now, when we heal, it didn't work. No. Alright, back to our stuff. So let's print this string. Print string. A little messy right now, but that's okay. See what prints. Okay. So that's our active item. ID heal pickup. It is a heal pickup. All right, let's do this like this. Maybe we can't compare these two like this. We're just gonna do a cast. If it's successful, and false instead. Same type of thing, less iffy. Put a breakpoint here. See if we actually hit that. Come on, buddy. Whoa, settle down. Oh, it did. It hit it. Okay, so hold on a second. It removed the item instance. It actually hit that from the inventory. But it didn't remove it from the bar? Is that all that happened? Add item to slot, next free slot, remove item from slot. Do I also have to remove it from the slot? Is that why? That seems kind of wild, but okay, let's try it. It's definitely hitting this, so it's no longer in our inventory. We'll also remove the item from the slot. And the slot that we're removing it from, that's our quick bar. We need to get the active slot. Oh my goodness, this is getting messy. We should make this into a function. There's no way that we should have to do this every time, but so many windows. Okay. Do we even need to pick up something to do this? I don't even know if we need to get damage to use that. There we go. It's gone. Okay. So that worked. I had to remove it from the slot. So, okay, that's interesting. Whoa. Okay. What's interesting about that is a couple things. Notice that. Oh, there we go. We got a new heal. We can pick it up. Now, can I use it the second time? Find out. Yes, I can. Okay, so hold on, let's test a few other things. We got some weapons. Alright, we're not gonna be able to pick this up now. When it comes back. Come on back. We're not gonna be able to pick this up because our active items are full. So let's drop the rifle. Let's come back in here. Wait. Ah, did you see that? Okay, so now our heal pickup is in our inventory. Okay, we got a couple things to sort out here. So the problem is because this is being picked up as a weapon spawner, it's trying to put the heal item straight into our hands, which we can't do. But now if we, oh, I just dropped that one. If we bring up our inventory, I can swap the heal pickup for one of my weapons when I click on this. So it should swap out for my beam cannon. Already equipped. Okay, or I can't. Oh, I know why. Okay. Let me show you why. It's because our item definition for the heal pickup is not marked as a weapon. So if we add a fragment to this, and I believe it's, or this is a item stat, not a fragment. I spoke incorrectly. We tag this as a weapon now. We compile and save this. We have to check this out. When we go to press play, what's going to happen is, first I have to pick, we have to do this in order. First I have to pick this up. Okay. Then I'm going to pick up a bunch of these other things. I'm going to go ahead and drop the heal pack, which, if you'll notice, spawns as a pistol because when they set it up, they set it up semi-lazily, which is fine because when I say something like that, I just want to be clear. I'm not knocking it. There's a lot of work that's being done here, and there's a lot of things to do. It's just work that we need to do to clean this up now. So if I walk over this heal pack now, I should have a heal pack here. Now, right now I have a beam cannon equipped. I should be able to. I thought that's all. What? Already equipped. Where does this get defined? If I click on this, interesting. It doesn't, it's definitely not equipped, but it doesn't think it's a weapon, even though I specified it. And that's because our test pickup item, is where that gets specified, is weapon. It is a new weapon. Oh, I see. That's only if it's a new deal. Those are our leftover stats. That's whether or not we have leftover. Here's what we're looking for. We're trying to figure out where this gets set. Find references. Lyra shooter game tag. That's the inventory item. ID heal people. Lyra, oh, duh. Okay, so this needs to be set to 1. I got that. Relax. Alright, here we go. So here we go, here's the experiment again. Let's pick up our health back. Alright, this time we're gonna drop it. And we're going to pick up a bunch of other weapons. Now in our inventory, we don't have it. We walk over it. We'll be able to pick it up now. It's in our inventory. So now we have a heal pickup. Now, here's another reason why, again, I don't like this. Because it's tagged as a weapon, it's showing up as a weapon. And so it shows up as ammo and quantity and all that stuff. I don't think we want that. So, but if we click on that now, we should be able to swap it out. Yep, it did. So now this is in our defaults. And if I get shot, I can heal myself. But I can't actually heal myself right now because I'm fully healthy. We gotta kill this guy. He drops his shotgun, which is empty. Yeah, we should probably pick it up. So why can't this hit me? Okay, so now we should be able to heal back. But I can't. So that's not the problem. Okay, I drop it, but I pick up this one instead. Can I use it? I can't. Okay. Interesting. For some reason, we're just gonna have to troubleshoot this. This is not the way that I want this to work anyways, in the sense that I think ultimately these are gonna be consumable. And we should make them that. But for some reason, when I pick up that consumable, can't use it. See if it's even trying to activate that ability. Interesting, it's not. Abilities. Numpad. GA leaderboard. GA drop weapon. I don't see the heal ability for this thing. If I drop that, if I come over here and pick this up, how do I pick which character that I'm looking at though? Um, come over here. I'm not looking at that dude. I'm gonna toggle this. And I'm looking at abilities. I guess I can't see it on the player character. That's unfortunate. I can only see it on enemies. Bummer. Bummer. Okay. Let's see here. When we... the ability system component. Get all abilities for each one. I'm just wondering if we can print out all of our abilities. Get owning actor, get the actor info, get the ability level. Level, events, just want to print this out. Just want to know. My suspicion is for some reason we don't have this ability. This is complete. We're gonna come in here. Sure, let's just get this. Get the name. I don't know what this is gonna print. I've never tried to print out an ability name before. Let's just see what happens. Play. Alright, so let's drop that. We got a whole bunch of other things. Pick this back up, come in here. Okay, that didn't print anything. Access none, trying to call a function gameplay ability system. That's weird. Get the owning player. Can we cast this to... That's the player controller. Get controlled. Controlled on. Get the ability. System component from that. And we can get all of our abilities from that. That work? Oh wait, we gotta pick this up first. heal pickup. Gameplay ability spec can call with invalid ability system component. So we don't have a valid ability system component. We control pawn. Cast to mannequin. Where does our ability system component live on these characters? Is it on the shooter mannequin? Character movement. No, I don't see it here. Hero default. Nope. It must be on the controller then. Which makes sense, I guess. I don't see it here either. What? Wow. Okay. Oh, interesting. So we can get the instigator ability system component. That's good. That'll work. And then just for future reference, let's just see. That comes off of the pawn. Okay, but for us, in this, this has to work. Roman, what's going on? That's pretty normal, Roman. Usually we have not a ton of people watching. That's alright. Still making games. I think Goku is still over on Twitch watching as well, because it goes to both Twitch and to YouTube. What are you working on this morning? Alright, I'm gonna put a breakpoint here. This doesn't make any sense. Alright, so same deal. Let's drop this, up a bunch of these, re-pick up our health pack, go to our inventory, click on that. Okay. So now, control pawn is the hero shooter, so that's cool. The ability system component is the ability system component. So So this is 9 empty abilities. Hold on a second. I see the problem. This needs this. Let's try that again. Pick up some other weapons. Pick up our heal pack. Come back here. And swap them out. Reload auto. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, hold on. We should be able to see that if we look in our message and output log. Okay, so what did we have? Leaderboard, auto respawn, hero jump, hero death, hero dash. Yeah, look at that. It doesn't look like we have the heal pickup. So let's do a test. One final test for this morning. What we're going to do is we're going to pick this up. We're gonna drop our shotgun. Let's drop our shotgun. Okay, I want to pick up drops too. That'd be nuts. Alright, so we have not used this health pack yet. Let's pick up the shotgun. Let's come back here and re-equip the shotgun in our third slot. And did we have that ability print? Weapon reload, interact, toggle inventory, drop weapon frost. I do not see the heal. It's almost like, okay, so let's do this. All that we're doing in here, we're gonna move this. This is gonna be take all this, plug this back in. I do not believe we changed this at all. This is a great example of when I like to use the perforce to see. We look at the event graph. Wow, that's big. Okay. Come on. Alright, so that's where we commented. All this stuff looks the same. So it was just a comment we added. That's fine, I'm happy saving that. Okay, so now what I want to do is in the weapon spawner. When we pick up our weapon, let's do the same thing. Let's print everything. So we're going to give the weapon. We're going to go through all this stuff. We're going to get the next free item slot. We're going to do all this. And just before we return, let's print out all our abilities. To do that, we need to get the receiving pawn, which is this big blue line. And we should be able to connect this to the ability system component. And then what we'll do is, no matter what we do, we're going to go through all of our abilities, print them out, and this time we're going to print them out for longer, let's say 10 seconds. Okay, so when I walk over this health pack, after it gives the weapon, there it is. Look, something happens when we move, when we drop this heal. Okay, if I go pick up a weapon now, there is no heal pickup there. If I let's see here. Best way to do this. Let's pick this up. Swap this out. We need another weapon. Do we have a shotgun yet? Oh, we've already got a shotgun. So let's drop the shotgun. And then let's pick up a pistol. Yeah, the heal's gone. Okay, that is gonna be a thing for future us to figure out. Basically what is happening is, even though I have the heal item in my inventory, for some reason, the minute I pick up something else, it no longer shows. So there's gonna be a couple things I think we're gonna do next time. Let's go ahead and bring this up to a close. So basically what we're going to have to do is we're going to need to figure out why it is that we're losing that ability. It may be something about the way that it's granted, I'm not actually sure. I think there's a couple things that I want to build just to make this a little bit easier to debug. Because we can't actually see our abilities using the ability built-in debugger, I think I'm going to make a hotkey to print out our current abilities as just part of our own personal debugging thing. It's probably time for us to start setting that up anyways, because we're going to want to be able to give ourselves cheats and all kinds of stuff like that. So one, I want to print our current abilities. Two, I'm just going to chase down why it is that when I put it in the inventory in the stash, or after some period of time we lose that ability, and that's why I want to be able to print what our current abilities are. So there's that, and then from there, I think after that we're going to convert the heal pickup to not be a weapon, but to be a consumable, something that we can pick up and use if we wanted to. So there's a bunch of things that I think we'll be working on there. And then as always, I'm still marching through all of the perforce stuff. All that's all set up now, but there's still some of the game lifts, things like that. I'll keep you all updated as far as how those are going. As always, if you have questions that you want us to dig into either next time or in the future, just either throw those in the comments or just hop into the next session and ask away. Roman, Goku, anybody else who was hanging out, thanks for hopping in this morning. I hope you all have an awesome week, and I will catch you on the next one. Sweet. Later.